You're outdated. We're done here, the CEO hissed across the glass table. I nodded. Understood. That was the moment the retirement trust activated its voting rights. I didn't smile. I never do at the good parts. The invitation arrived embossed and heavy, like it wanted to bruise my palm. Her name first, his second, venue dripping with money. 2 years ago, she told me love was a promise. Then she measured me and found me lacking. I need security, she said, eyes already elsewhere. You're kind, but kindness doesn't pay interest. I learned something that day. People don't leave you for money. They leave you because they think you'll never have it. We were engaged for 5 years. 5 years of coffee rings on contracts, late nights building what she called your little firm. 5 years of watching me choose patience over flash. She liked the future I described. She hated the present I lived in. When her boss started sending flowers to the office, she said they were for the team. When the dinners stretched late, she said growth required sacrifice. I believed her because belief was cheaper than suspicion. The truth came quietly. A receipt slipped from her coat, a hotel near her office, 1 room, 1 night. I didn't confront her. I memorized the date. Pain is loud when you feed it. I starved mine. The breakup was efficient. She spoke in rehearsed sentences. I live on promises. I need a man with money. I'm choosing myself. She took the ring. She left the bills. She left me a favor I didn't recognize yet. Clarity. I planned without drama. I watched. I listened. I built. I turned my firm into a pipeline. Boring, compliant, profitable. I placed assets where attention never goes. I seeded a retirement trust with a clause that looked harmless until you needed it. I learned how boards breathe, how votes move, how men who speak loudly hate reading footnotes. I hired a woman who saw the angles before I did and never asked for credit. She didn't need it. She preferred leverage. 2 years passed. I wore time like armor. Then the invitation asked me to witness a union built on certainty. I RSVP'd yes. The venue smelled like flowers and money pretending to be permanence. I arrived early. She saw me late. Her smile froze when she noticed the woman at my side. Calm, elegant, older than promises. Not a date, a partner, the kind you don't replace, the kind you earn. Her groom shook my hand with the confidence of a man who'd never been audited by consequence. He introduced himself like a victory lap. I congratulated him like a footnote. Dinner was speeches and clinking glasses. I watched her watch me, the way regret tries to pass as curiosity, the way certainty cracks when it meets memory. She leaned toward him, whispering. He laughed too loud. Monday morning came like a blade. You're outdated. We're done here, he said, again, this time to me. Different room, same arrogance. I nodded. Understood. I slid a folder forward. The trust's voting rights had matured at midnight, 76%. His chair felt lighter under him when the board realized who they'd fired. Emergency meeting, panic dressed as procedure, lawyers reading the footnotes they'd ignored, silence when the numbers landed. Power doesn't shout, it arrives and waits for you to notice. By noon, he was escorted out by people who used to flatter him. By 1, the press release framed it as a mutual decision. By 2, my partner took the head seat without changing her expression. I stayed standing. You don't sit until the room understands you can. The wedding photos hit social media as the stock dipped. She called, I didn't answer. She texted, I didn't read it. Closure is a luxury item. I invest elsewhere. That evening we attended the reception's after-party. He wasn't there. She was. Pale, smaller. She crossed the room like she'd crossed my life, confident it would open for her. It didn't. I didn't know, she said, as if ignorance were a defense. I thought you were still building. I was, I said, just not what you were watching. She looked at the woman with me. The question hung there, ugly and late. She's my partner, I said, in business, in judgment. Her eyes flicked to my hand. No ring. Freedom reads different on men who learned it the hard way. I chose security, she said. So did I. The music swelled, applause erupted for something staged. She stood in it, alone, realizing promises compound only if you stay long enough to collect. Later, in the quiet, I reflected without romance. Betrayal is a teacher. It strips you of noise. It leaves the math. I didn't ruin her life. I let it follow its logic. I didn't take revenge with rage. I used time, paper, and silence. The CEO learned that power hates shortcuts. She learned that money is loud until it meets patience. I learned that the best apology is success that doesn't need to explain itself. I walked out with my partner beside me, the city reflecting our steps back at us. No cheers, no speech.